in my hand. Watch the freight trains up against the sky, with the black smoke trailing back as she moved along the track that rolls across that Greenville Trestle high. But the whistles don't sound like they used to. Lately not many trains go by. Hard times across the land mean no work for a railroad man, and the Greenville Trestle now don't seem so high. Whistles whine, I get rambling on my mind. Lord, I wish they still sounded that way. As I turned to head for home, she rumbled low and long towards the sunset at the close of day. But the whistles don't sound like they used to. Lately not many trains go by. Hard times across the land mean no work for a railroad man, and the Greenville Trestle now don't seem so high. No, the Greenville Trestle now don't seem so high. Well, thank you folks, that was a great little Doc Watson number. We're going to do another one now that I wrote, got coming out on this brand new record, and they're not set up, but I have a bunch of CDs with me, so if any of you are the CD types, I know I still buy CDs. We're going to have a bunch of those afterwards, so come say hey and we'll send you home with one. This is one called Sufficient for the Day. Sufficient for the day. Every trouble, every wall will one day fade away, and what brings us through it all is sufficient for the day. When the path ahead is dark and seeds of fear are sown, no matter where you are, it'll go. All the pains you suffered, all the needless weight, let the hand that's offered be sufficient for the day. Every trouble, every wall will one day fade away, and what brings us through it all is sufficient for the day. Oh, thank you, folks. Well, while we're here, I just want to say thanks to the city of Norton for having us, and thanks for putting this on. It's really, really nice and really great of them to have events like this in town, and I'm glad everyone here came and supported it. And invite your friends. This is the second year that I've been here. I was lucky to be here last year, and I hope to see this go on and get bigger and bigger every year. There's a really good tradition in bluegrass of Virginia heartbreak songs. Virginia is kind of a lonesome state, lyrically speaking. In bluegrass, there's lots of good old classic bluegrass songs where someone gets their heart broken in Virginia, as opposed to Tennessee. Tennessee is the state in bluegrass where people get murdered. Lots of spousal murders in bluegrass history, lyrically speaking, not historically speaking, that is. But I wanted to write a Virginia heartbreak song and got together with a guy named Tim Stafford from the band Blue Highway, and we wrote this. And while we're on that page, October 7th and 8th in Big Stone Gap, they're going to have the first annual Blue Highway Festival with a bunch of amazing world-class bluegrass bands. So go out and see that if you're around that weekend, October 7th and 8th. So welcome today. If Virginia is for lovers, how come my heart is broken? I'm lost and I'll never find a way. Driving through the mountains down Highway 29, singing a sad song, and boys, I know a few. If you've never left Lynchburg in the pouring rain alone, I guess you've never heard the way I do. Welcome to Virginia, the road sign said, but I don't feel so welcome today. If Virginia is for lovers, how come my heart is broken? I'm leaving now and headed far away. Said that she'd be waiting, so I hurried right away. Quit my job and packed a suitcase with everything I owned. I couldn't wait to go and change her name. Saw him standing with matching golden rings. In that moment I knew our love was through. Welcome to Virginia, the road sign said, but I don't feel so welcome today. If Virginia is for lovers, how come my heart is broken? I'm leaving now and headed far away. Sign said, but I don't feel so welcome today. If Virginia is for lovers, how come my heart is broken? I'm leaving now and headed far away. Now I'm lost and I'll never find a way. Thank you, folks. Speaking of Virginia heartbreak songs, you know, that was an attempt. And here's the real deal, folks. This is one by the great Larry Sparks himself. I think it's a Pete Goebel song, but for all purposes, this is a Larry Sparks number, one called the Blue Virginia Blues. Anybody here ever seen Larry Sparks live? The great Larry Sparks. He plays at the Jetty Baker Center in Clintwood about twice a year, so make sure to catch that. It's world class.
Well, we got just a couple more for you folks, but thanks for hanging out with us this afternoon. Thanks to Wally and Katie in the city of Norton for having us here. Really happy to be back here and hope to do it again sometime soon. We're going to sing a completely unrelated song right now, but this may be relatable for some people. If you've ever been begging the engineer on a train in Memphis to see your darling,
and swearing that you'll never leave Memphis again.
All the time.
Which I usually swear that I'll never go back to Memphis.
That's Memphis.
Memphis train, I'm on my way to see my darling, and I'll never leave again. That was what used to make me lonesome, but now it seems to sing a song. It's singing about my blue-eyed darling and how she's waited for so long. I'm riding on that Memphis special, riding on that Memphis train. I'm on my way to see my darling, and I'll never leave again. Shovel on the coal, and when that porter hollers Memphis, her smiling face I'll see once more. I'm riding on that Memphis special, riding on that Memphis train. I'm on my way to see my darling, and I'll never leave again. Riding on that Memphis train, I'm on my way to see my darling, and I'll never leave again, and I'll never leave again.
Oh, thanks so much, folks. Hey, once again, that's Justin Alexander over here on the banjo, Carter Eddy on the bass, Carl Smokula on the guitar. Just got one more tune for you. This is one that I've got out on that brand new record coming up called New November.
It was 82 degrees the first day of November. Leaves were still
sun on the tree. We used to wear coats, the best I remember, had already passed the first freeze. It was 88 degrees the first day of November. Smoke was hanging in the air. 40 days with no rain, and the grain turned to cinder. Hope turned into a prayer. It's getting hot in here. It's getting hot in here. It's the new November and the season's so strange. I have reason to believe it'll never be the same again. It's getting hot in here. South for the winter, if winter comes at all this year. It was 95 degrees the first day of November. On the trees there were no leaves at all. If it's just like a dream, it's one I'll remember. Wake up and read the writing on the wall. It's getting hot in here. It's getting hot in here. It's the new November and the season's so strange. I have reason to believe it'll never be the same again. It's getting hot in here. Thanks so much, folks. Hey, we'll see you again sometime real soon. Thank you. Thank you, Josh.